This is Starscream, and you are watching Optibotimus.
This is Autobot coming to you with another video review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the new, well, kind of new, Transformers Dark of the Moon Voyager class Autobot Ratchet. Now this Ratchet figure has been released several times. This is the most latest incarnation of him, and he's got his Dark of the Moon color scheme. And until we really get a very nice, either Human Alliance or even possibly a Leader class figure, this is probably going to be the best version of Ratchet that we're going to get. As you can see, it's available only at Target with this nice kind of a chrome lettering down there. Includes a comic book. Flip around here on the side. Got a little read up on here, which I'm not going to read. Flip around here on the back, and it says that his roof rack converts to a shield or a combat stretcher. Okay, he's got a hidden axe, and it does include a comic book, which I'm kind of interested to know what kind of comic book it would include. Also available is the Revenge of the Fallen Voyager class Starscream that's repainted to kind of look like a Dark of the Moon figure, I guess, which is also a Target exclusive. I'm kind of on the fence about this. I've already had this figure for a long time. I haven't bought a new Voyager Ratchet since the original movie came out. So we'll see. I mean, the color obviously is a whole lot more accurate to how he looked in the Dark of the Moon movie. But let's get the guy open and see exactly how cool he really is. Okay, guys, so here we have the Dark of the Moon Autobot Ratchet opened up and out of its packaging. And, I gotta say, in order to get some kind of a reference for what I already talked about when it came to this figure with the original movie release, I went back and I watched, or rewatched I should say, my review of this guy, the original one, which is still a very fun toy, but my review was terrible. I honestly do not know what you guys like from watching me, or liked I should say. It was horrible. Absolutely horrible. And I'll give you, yeah, well, that kind of sucks. I'll give you some kind of a reference later on as I'm going through here. But as you can see, very nice looking vehicle mode. Now, there are some things that I do notice that I don't like. First off, this is on both sides. As you can see, this for some reason doesn't line up properly on this side as it does on this mold. And it's on the same side here as well, so that's why I got this flipped around. But as you can see, this lines up very nicely, whereas this one doesn't. I don't know if that's from mold degradation or what, because like I said, this has been released a couple times. In terms of some other differences, as you can see, this is a painted window, which I don't like. I really do like the clear translucent window bits on here. I might actually swap this out. There's actually a few things that I'm going to swap out. As you can see, this front grille here, you have just a regular black floodlight thing here in the front, and then you got nice silver ones. Now, as I tried showing, and again, if you go back and watch my other video, I tried showing this, and I wasn't able to. So now with my new camera, I should be able to. This top section here actually removes. And if you zoom in, and hopefully this will work, as you can see right across on there, it actually says Hummer, which was something I tried showing off before and I couldn't, but Hummer, which is really kind of neat. Now this just kind of pops right back on. There's a little hole and tab thing here, and that's real simple, so you can just plug that right back in. The other thing that they have differently, besides the paint scheme on here, is they have these really goofy Cybertron letters, Cybertronian letters painted on the side, which kind of sucks. Really nice kind of search and rescue Autobot logo right there with a fire department here on the bottom. Very kind of cool. Flip it around here on the other side, and E4, it says E4 on the side there as well. The one thing that sucks about this is really kind of loose. This doesn't plug in here nearly as well as this one did. Definitely something that I think is affected by the multiple uses of this mold. This is definitely how he looked in the Dark of the Moon movie. And since we don't have a Human Alliance version, this is probably the closest that we're going to get. Unless we do get a Human Alliance version at some point in time. Which I really do hope we do get at some point in time. So, now to transform him. This is the claw weapon. They called it a stretcher, I think, in the other one. Now they call it like this claw weapon or a shield. I don't remember what the actual package said, but it can be a shield. Okay, sure. It doesn't really hold together very well. I mean, it's very loose on this, which kind of sucks. So to transform them, just come around, and this is what I was talking about in my early reviews. I'd be like, okay, so you see this side, here's the door, here's this side panel. What you want to do is separate this side panel just like that. And I would literally pause and wait. Then take it and fold the hand out from underneath. And as you can see, it can extend forward. And again, I would pause. And then take this section, pop that out like so. Come around here, do the same on the other side. Fold this down. I mean, it was absolutely terrible. I mean, you guys have seen this transformation, but since I now have the luxury of having a better camera, well, I guess I'm going to show you the transformation. Take this section, fold this forward, just like that, and then you can take this and rotate these back and around, just like so. One thing that I have is the nice ability to edit my videos so they don't look nearly as bad. Then I would be like, then I want you to extend this section. So go ahead and put your thumbs here on the tire. Rotate these sections down, just like so. And then grab hold of this and extend these outward, just like that. I mean, I was absolutely terrible, guys. Fold the feet out, and of course it still has the automorph. You can see the side panel here moving in and out, and you can see the knee thing coming out. So rotate that down, do that on this side. Go ahead and separate these, and then rotate these around, just like so, and then kind of straighten them out. So now you have Ratchet's legs properly done. But then rotate this down so this little cod piece here is in the front section. Again, straighten out the legs. Fold these little bits here all the way out, just like that. Fold these sections downward. Fold these sections down as well. Fold this all the way down on the actual hood of the car. Rotate that down, and that kind of clips into place just like so. Rotate these arms down and then around, down and around, and you got this little section right here, which is now this kind of weird dark kind of greenish color, which is really kind of ugly. That's another piece that I'm going to swap out. Then just take this section here, lift this up, rotate that back, and there you have Ratchet. Now, as you can see, a very nice paint job on here, which is very accurate to how he looked in the Dark of the Moon movie. His face looks so much better. I mean, that absolutely looks like Ratchet. I mean, the paint job is just amazing, especially on the face. Now, the green on the actual head is a little bit darker than the green on the rest of his body, but I don't mind it nearly as much. As you can see, the really kind of weird Cybertronian stuff continues on here, and I still don't particularly like the screws facing here. Now, in my original review, my biggest problem was the robot mode and how it's very Frankenstein looking. I've since kind of gotten used to it and really have learned to actually appreciate it and like it, but it's still kind of weird. Now, like I said, they say that you can use it as a shield. You plug it in here, and I don't exactly know how that is a shield. I mean, it's a gigantic hole thing. I mean, that's not going to block too much, but whatever. And then this little thing here, you flip this out. You kind of rotate this back and in, hide that, and then you can bring this out, and this is his axe weapon. Okay, it's an axe-looking weapon, so I guess. I really... Oh, that's not supposed to pop out. Through the magical world of editing, I'm able to put his hand back. Now, one thing I actually didn't notice, his thumb's a little bit articulated. Just a very little bit, but it does kind of move, which is kind of interesting. Other than that, I mean, it's the exact same figure. As you can see, not much is different other than this is, again, a little bit darker. This is a little bit more neon. And just, in general, I really think that this looks better, especially the face. The face is just a huge, huge improvement. The boy's pheromone levels indicate that he wants to mate with the female. I did that only because I did it in my original review and I just had to carry it over. But there he is. It's not too bad. It's definitely, in my opinion, the best scaled version of Ratchet that we've gotten. Now, obviously, like the deluxe versions are much better in terms of how accurate they look. But this just scales better, and I'm a big scale kind of person. So to transform him back, just kind of flip this down, cover his face, separate this little bit. Separate these, rotate this around like so. Come around here to the bottom, rotate these, well, not the bottom, the sides, I should say. Rotate these down and around, just kind of keep them hanging out like that. Fold the foot back up and in. That'll click into place. Fold that up, rotate these around, just like so. Angle this down. There we go. Separate that. Angle it like so. Bring these together, and these are going to sort of peg together. Right there. What's that foot now on a? There, stay inside there. And then rotate these around like so. Then these little bits right here, which are probably going to pop off because these little back pieces here feel like they're thinner plastic. Again, I don't know if that's from mold degradation or what, but just kind of, oh, those are actually stayed in. That's the first time that's happened. But I can't get them to line up properly. They kind of look weird. And they probably shouldn't be that high. So we'll go like that. And then, as you can see, I mean, it doesn't really line up properly here, and it just doesn't look like it matches, which is really kind of annoying. Fold these little sections back, fold this out, that angles backwards, that kind of folds back, that taps together, keep that nice and lined up. Do that on this side, push that down, and these are actually kind of a pain. There we go. Get that in, push that in like so. Go ahead and rotate these around, bend them, and they just kind of store up into here, kind of straighten that out. And you can see that that doesn't really want to line up properly, and that flopped down. This is a pain in the buttock. There we go, just kind of get it like that. There you have Ratchet back in his vehicle mode. As you can see, I actually did swap these out. This was the original grille on the front. I just think that looks better with the painted floodlights right on there. And then this bottom skid plate, like I said, this was green on the new figure, and I don't know if you can kind of see that. You can kind of see it there. This is black, and I think it looks better with the black. It matches better. Now, granted, this is kind of like a green, but you don't really see that. I mean, this is all black, and then you saw a little bit of green here on the bottom. I just thought that was stupid. Then I actually took and swapped out these sections, only literally because this one pegs in better. I don't know why, but this is a much better looking version. The one thing I haven't been able to do is swap out these windshields. I haven't figured out how to do that. I'm not going to be able to do it with this because that's actually molded. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I don't know if I'll just be able to swap those out or what, but this is a really nice vehicle mode. This is definitely, in my opinion, the best Ratchet in terms of scale-wise that we've gotten so far. Definitely not the most accurate in terms of how he looks in the robot mode, but it's pretty darn close, and it works for me. Like I said, this is definitely a figure that has grown on me over almost 4 years. It's almost been 4 years to the day that I reviewed the original version of this. So it's definitely fun to revisit this, and I'm actually kind of disappointed that in myself that I've taken so long to review this, because getting a chance to play with him again has really taken me back, and I really do enjoy it. Now, the unfortunate thing is this was only available at Target, and I don't even know if it's actually available there anymore at all anyhow. You might actually have to go online and find them online, but this is definitely the most accurate and up-to-date paint scheme for Ratchet that we've gotten. So without a doubt, I definitely recommend picking this guy up. He's fun and he's classic. So until next time, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been Optibotimus. I'll talk to you later.